What is up, Mom Nation? Welcome to Energy Shift with Erin. It is our Tuesday check-in day, and I'm here with an amazing member of the Mom Nation community. This is Anita, or you go by Lulu, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Thanks for joining me today. We're going to do something a little bit different with Energy Shift today. Anita had wellness things that she wanted to cover, so we're going to do a live on-screen consultation to see if we can give her some tips and tricks to help with her own wellness, and hopefully this will help you guys as well. If anybody else sees this and you want to come on and have me do a consultation for you, I would be more than happy to. So Anita, tell us what's going on with your health and wellness. We talked a little bit about mindset yesterday. Tell us about you and your goals.
Well, my goals would be to be healthier, lose weight, about 15, 20 pounds. I have a son who's very active in sports, so I'm constantly running and taking care of him. And I use it as a crutch, honestly, when he's at sports, not to focus on myself. I should use that time while he's practicing, going and, walking around or doing some kind of exercises, but I don't because I want to watch him.
Okay. Go ahead.
And I kind of use that like an excuse that why I can't go. But a lot of people just dump and run. They just kind of leave their kids and go. And I don't know. I feel like at that point, when people are leaving, I'm like the helicopter mom that doesn't want to leave. So.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about the sports practices. How many days a week? How long are you there? What does that look like?
Well, he does football, tackle football, and that's 2 hours twice a week. And then we have a game once a week. And then hockey is 3 times a week. So all these things happen in the evening. And let's see, hockey's 3 times a week. Yeah. So it's a lot of. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you have other children?
I have other children that are older. They're not active in sports, just he is right now.
Okay, so is he the kid left at home? You have other kids in the household, or he's your youngest?
He's my youngest.
Okay. So the other kids are older, taking care of themselves. You are helping manage 5 days a week, sports practices, and then games once a week?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And what does the rest of your week look like? Do you work? Do you stay at home? What do you do during the day?
Well, it varies. I work from home, but there's times that I have to leave, and I'm like on the run, just going from A to B, and there's really like no time. Like sometimes there's no time to like even to have lunch. So it's just a matter of just running around all the time. And then when I do have downtime that I can actually dedicate to doing something for myself, honestly, I'll just sit there and just veg out, watch TV, or get numb into the phone, on social media, which is bad because I know that I can prioritize myself over doing those things. And I know what I should be doing, but I don't do it. So it's kind of, I don't know. When I look at all the other moms, I'm not comparing myself to them, but they're more fit. They prioritize their health themselves over the kids first. Like if I take my son to an early practice at 5:30 in the morning, moms will say, I'm not doing that because I'm going to the gym at 5:30 in the morning for myself. So I'm not sending my kid to do it. And I'm just like, I think about that. I'm like, when is the time that I say, you know what, I'm going to pull back from doing that for you to do it for myself,
Well, how important is this goal to you?
It's really important because I'm older. I'm 51. I'm going through the whole menopause thing, and a lot of that is frustrating because the hot flashes, the anger, not sleeping, a lot of those things, not eating correctly. There's times that I will eat one meal a day. I know that's not good for you. So I don't know if I need to put myself on a schedule, how to get myself going and to stick to it, because, I start things and then I'll stick with it for a couple weeks and then I'll just say, you know what, whatever. And I just don't continue. So I need to be able
Why do
to.
you why do you think that happens? Like, what happens in a couple of weeks' time that makes you kind of give up on your goals?
I think I get bored. I don't think it's pushing me enough, honestly, because sometimes, well, like the last one that me and my daughter did, we cut like dairy and flour. We cut everything from our diet, corn, and I mean, it was like a really strict diet. And I was like, oh, you're gonna kill me here. And actually, I lost weight and I was feeling good. And then I just went back to my old ways. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, I should have just stuck with it because I was feeling better. You know, I was on that path of losing the weight. I lost 20 pounds, but I gained back 10. So I need to get back on the track of keep going in the direction that I want to go.
Do you feel like the nutritional plan that you had was too restrictive? Is that potentially why you were struggling with it?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. And so we're 10 pounds down and we would like to be another 15, 20 pounds down. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you doing any sort of movement or exercise regularly at the moment?
Just walking.
Okay. How many steps a day are you getting in?
I don't have a pedometer, but I do a lot of walking.
What's the time frame about for walking? An hour, 2 hours?
Like about 2 hours of walking.
2 hours
But
of
it's
walking a
not
day?
like, I'm sorry. Say that again.
2 hours of walking daily?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. So that probably puts you close to at least the 10,000 a day step mark. Where do you think you're missing in your movement? You want to get into the gym more, lift weights? What does that look like for you? What is the end goal body composition that you would like to achieve?
I like to tone everything up, like, because I notice my arms are getting flabby. I'm a person who's a bigger bust naturally. I want to be able to slim down the waist. I'm not saying I want a six pack, but I want to be able to look at myself in the mirror and not going, oh my goodness. I want to say, wow, that I look great. I've achieved that goal. And
Yeah.
I want muscle. I don't want to just lose the weight and then just everything just sag.
Okay. Yeah, I love that goal. So do you have a gym membership? Are you working out in a gym or a home gym at all at the moment?
Uh, no, I was in the gym, but I don't make time to go to the gym. I get self conscious being at the gym, honestly. I just,
Yeah,
I just
that
feel like,
happens. And
yeah.
for your goal, I'll be real honest with you, you're going to have to get into the gym and you're going to have to give yourself some grace when it comes to being there for your son. I love that you want to be there for him, but 2 hours, 5 days a week is quite a bit. And I would assume that he feels pretty supported. So, what do you feel about instead of 5 days a week watching his sport, 2 of those days you spend in the gym?
I can do that.
Is doable for you?
I think so.
Because toned equals muscle mass. And we aren't getting there without lifting some heavy weights. In addition to that, adding in a high protein, high fiber diet, and yes, eating 3 meals a day, because especially in the menopausal years, we're more susceptible to stressors than we were in our younger years. So we don't want to be skipping meals. That can cause inflammation, that can cause overconsumption, that can cause self-sabotage, which is probably part of why the gluten-free, dairy-free diet worked, but then also didn't work because it was a little bit too restrictive.
Mhm. I agree.
So what is your why for the loss of 20 pounds? Aside from the obvious looking the way you want to look. What is your main why?
I want to be able to be here for him because he's 10, I'm 51, and my dad passed away from diabetes, complications from diabetes. And I don't want to be like that because I saw him suffer. He went through dialysis and all that stuff. And I don't want to be that parent. I want to be able to be able to catch up with him, be able to run with him, to do things with him, to be active. You know, I don't want to be that mom that's, I'm not knocking anybody, but I just don't want to be an unhealthy mom where I can't keep up with him because we do a lot of traveling. I want to be able to not, walk through the airport and not be tired, exhausted because I can't get there. So.
And it sounds like he's super active, so he probably would appreciate having an active mom right alongside him, right?
Yeah, he would.
Yeah. So it's not about you, it's about both of you together. Like, he's not going to mind if you aren't at a couple of his practices, you're at his games, you're at the other practices. He'll probably appreciate more that you're taking care of yourself and have enough energy to keep up with his high activity level.
Yes.
So here's what I would start with is get yourself a food tracking app. You're going to want to determine your current maintenance calories, which if you're walking 10,000 steps a day, if you're walking 2 hours a day, that usually I do about 90 minutes and I can pretty easily get somewhere between 8 and 12,000 steps, depending on what else I'm doing throughout the day. But we want to put you into a reasonable calorie deficit. So your current body weight times 13 is probably going to give you close to what your maintenance calories are. And then take that and subtract it by 500, making sure that you're getting at least 100 grams of protein a day, if not more, and 25 to 30 grams of fiber. Now, let's chat about what's going to happen in a couple of weeks when you feel kind of bored by this process. What can you add in that would kind of spice it up so that you feel like you can continue to do this long term? Or what have you missed in other wellness approaches that you feel like you need to go back to? Like food, what kind of things are you missing that we can add into your deficit so you feel like you can do this long term?
I don't think I'm really missing anything. I think it's just the initial part when you start to feel like you miss it because lately I've been trying to stay away from sweets. I'm not trying to, how would I say? I will have it and I try to give myself like a treat. Like, okay, I had it and I feel satisfied. Like I work to that goal of that week of that's how I'm trying to keep the 110 down, just because I'm trying to cut back on the sweets. People bring donuts and I'm like, I don't feel like it. And if anybody offers me, I try getting a little tiny piece. So I'm trying to navigate all those things, those cravings that I get, because I tell them, I'm like, I like that stuff. And I know that if I start to eat it, I'm going to gorge myself because I like it. And I feel like if I don't eat it until I'm almost sick of it, I feel like I'm gonna, I don't know, like it's like a punishment kind of thing. And I have to change my mindset to say, no, it's not a punishment. This is for my health. You know, I can have it, but in moderation. And that's when I try to tell myself, okay, this was a goal. You did good this week and you can have it kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Usually when we see high cravings and overconsumption of sweets, we have a nutritional imbalance, which is it could be a vitamin, but usually it lives in the protein and fiber category and skipping meals. So eating more protein and fiber and getting those 3 meals a day in a high protein snack is really going to help support the lack of food noise, the lack of cravings that a lot of people are experiencing. And it makes sense, right? Even if you're eating one big meal a day, your body's still depleted from not consuming a proper amount of nutrients throughout the day. And it also makes digestion a little bit harder when we're consuming most of our calories near to the end of the day and then going to bed. And it's common, especially for moms, because we do get so busy in the early part and mid part of the day that it's easy to skip meals, but then we're over consuming in the evening. So the cycle continues to kind of make inflammation worse, make gut health worse, all kinds of things. So if we don't have a big chunk of calories right at the end of the day, that can like pretty immediately lead to a lower inflammatory response, which is going to help with energy levels and that kind of thing. So that will help greatly. What questions can I answer for you?
No, I just, it's more of like, I just have to change my mindset, you know, and then like you're saying, not have all those calories at the end, because you're right. That's when I do have all my calories, because I'll go all day not eating, and then I'll eat something heavy, and I know I shouldn't right before bed. So trying to do, I don't know, you know, they say that intermittent fasting, but this is beyond intermittent fasting, because it's not fasting at that point when I'm gorging myself, because I feel like I'm just not, how would I say? So basically, I just have to schedule myself, or how to, I don't know, would it be a good idea to schedule, like, hey, have a snack, have breakfast at this time, have a snack at this time? So I put
Yeah.
myself on a schedule, and then I just basically will follow that regimen.
Yeah, it is. Our bodies respond very well to routine. We as humans are not great at that, but the more you can eat similar foods, the more you can eat at similar times. Same thing with sleep wake times, going to bed around the same time, waking up around the same time. The body starts to adapt really well to that and will respond well. So yeah, if you don't feel hungry early in the day or midday, I have this happen often with my clients, and so we'll have them set an alarm that just goes off at 9 and noon, and then maybe 3 o'clock when it's time for a little snack or a protein shake, something like that. And then dinner, we usually find like don't have as much struggle with that dinner meal, but it's the breakfast and lunch meals. So yeah, setting an alarm or putting it in your calendar. Same thing with workout, put it in your calendar. And even though, like, I would say start with two, but schedule it 4 times through the week so that you have 2 flex days. If you miss one, then you have 2 more. I do 4 and I schedule 7. So I
Okay.
have an hour blocked off in my calendar. So if for some reason I can't make it one day, I'm gonna make it the next day. And you're gonna have to fight, through like the first 2 weeks will feel easy because you're motivated, and then it's like 2+ weeks and beyond until you start really seeing the results you want. But you're gonna just have to fight for it and keep that in your calendar and don't waver from it. And what I would say too is have this conversation with your son and your husband. Like ask them for support. Let them know that you want to work on strength. You want to show up better for them and more rested, more rejuvenated, more energetic, more healthy. And if they can support you, and I'm sure they will because your son's watching you support him, and I'm sure your husband will support you also. But having accountability is huge. That's why, like I make money doing this. It's not everyone kind of knows how to eat healthy, how to work out. Like there are some nuances that professionals and nutritionists can see, but for the most part, we know what we're supposed to do. Yet we're missing that accountability part of the equation. So when we ask for support, we get that. And I would also recommend putting it up on social media or sharing it with family group chat or whatever. So like when we speak it out loud, we're more likely to follow through with support.
Okay. I have to find the right people, because sometimes I tell people and they're just like, oh, okay. They just kind of, because they're already thin. It's like blasé to them. They're just like, whatever. It's not like, say, well, do you want to join me at the gym, or would you like to go walking together? We could do this together. And I don't have like that. I don't have that friend, though, that support with, I guess, other parents or other moms in my group that I know of that are not, I don't know. I could think because they're already in their own regimen. They don't, I
Well,
don't know.
they may want to go for a walk with you if they're already walking. I know I'm already in my regimen, but I would love a girlfriend nearby that wanted to go on a walk with me because I walk every day, but sometimes it's nice to have company. So you might be surprised. I don't love working out with people, so I think you're right. You're spot on there. I probably wouldn't want a gym buddy, but
Yeah.
I would love a walking buddy. But some people are different. Some people love that, or they go to group classes and would love to have you join them for something like that.
Hmm.
But I think you'd be surprised if you just reach out and say, I really need to start working out again for myself. I already go on walks. Does anyone want to join me? Or does anybody have any like fun recipes, especially if you have a group of friends that's already fit? That's kind of cool. You're already in a group that is moving in the right direction with you.
Yeah.
Cool. Before we wrap up, is there any other questions that I can answer for you?
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, hopefully this was helpful, and you'll have to let me know how you're doing in the next couple weeks, and we can have you back on to talk about the changes that you made and the results that you have.
Sounds good. And this will put me as a goal that I have to work on it. So,
Yeah, you want to, you got this, you have your why, and I think you have time to do it. It's just a matter of making time and kind of pushing through when things get stressful.
I agree.
Cool. Well, thank you, Anita, for this
Thank you,
time
Erin.
today. Of course. If you need anything from me, I am always available to help troubleshoot your goals. But I think we have a good plan of action to get you started. Do you agree?
I agree.
Cool.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks, MOMnation. Again, if you guys want to have me help troubleshoot your wellness goals, I am happy to answer any questions that you have. Just reach out to me on Facebook and we will get you on the show. If you don't want to be on the show, that's okay. I can answer your questions in DMs. I'm more than happy to help. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic week. We'll see you next week.
Thanks.
Struggling to feel your best? When energy is low and nothing seems to work, it's time for a new approach. Here's someone who guides real people to real, lasting wellness. Meet Erin McDonald, certified master health coach, nutrition coach, and NASM personal trainer. Helping you create simple, lasting routines that support a healthier, more energized you. Feel better, move better, live better. Because health isn't just a goal, it's a lifestyle you deserve. Take the first step toward feeling your best. Your future self will thank you. Connect with Erin today.